Little Polly the monkey resided in the bush with her mother and young sibling. She enjoyed playing and exploring, but she also had to watch out for hazards that may be hiding in plain sight. She and her brother were swinging from vines one day when they noticed a cluster of ripe bananas strung from a tree. When Polly smelled the luscious fruit, her mouth began to wet. She made the decision to take one for her and another for her brother. She extended her hand and grabbed one of the bananas, but as soon as she did, a booming roar could be heard coming from behind her. A large gorilla was standing on the ground and gazing angrily at her as she turned around. That the bananas belonged to the gorilla, who did not appreciate people taking his food. With his arms flying and teeth showing, he lunged towards Polly and her brother. Polly was frightened. The bananas were swiftly thrown to the ground as she grabbed her sibling by the tail. He was thrown to another vine, where she motioned for him to flee. In an effort to get away from the enraged gorilla, she pursued him as quickly as she could. The gorilla, however, outran them in both strength and speed. He overtook them and seized Polly by the leg. He brutally shook her while lifting her into the air. Polly cried out in agony and terror. She had bone fractures and blood loss. She believed she was going to pass away. Her brother attempted to assist her after noticing what was going on. On the gorilla's back, he leaped and bit his ear. The gorilla yelled out of rage and suffering. He threw Polly on the ground before stooping to grab her brother. He grabbed him by the neck and gave him a tight squeeze. Polly noticed her brother's tongue protruding and eyes widening. She was aware that he was choking. She mustered all of her confidence and might before leaping on the gorilla's face. He began bleeding as she snatched at his eyes and nose. After letting go of her brother, the gorilla attempted to shrug her off. Holding on tightly, Polly hoped to divert him long enough for them to go. A recognizable voice called her by name. Her mother was there. Her mother arrived to save them after hearing their cries. When she watched the gorilla abusing her kids, she was overcome with wrath. She went in his direction and brought him to the ground. She tore his flesh by biting his throat. The gorilla attempted to fight back, but her mother's rage was too much for him. Soon after, he ceased moving and laid still on the ground. She sprang up and sprinted over to Polly and her brother. She examined their wounds before giving them a close embrace. She was happy to see them alive, but she was also upset with them for defying her orders. She had repeatedly warned them about entering the gorilla's domain or any other animals for that matter. If they did not pay attention to her, she had warned them that perils awaited them. She reprimanded them severely and blamed them for their own wounds. She said that because they were careless and ignorant, they deserved what happened to them. In the video Bravery and Protection, Polly, the elderly monkey, saves her young brother from mother's fury. Polly plays the lead role. She is an elderly monkey that shows extraordinary bravery and a strong sense of duty to her family, especially to her baby brother. Polly is shown to be a loving and compassionate person who is constantly concerned about the welfare of her loved ones. Her expertise, knowledge, and agility allow her to maneuver through difficult situations and defend her family members despite her advanced age. In the video, Polly is put in a challenging situation when her mother snaps at her small brother and accuses him of misbehavior. Because of her close relationship with her brother, Polly feels compelled to stand up for him no matter what. The fury on her mother's face. This prepares Polly and her mother for a dramatic showdown. Polly experienced remorse and humiliation. She was aware that her mother was correct, yet her words still stung. Although she adored her mother, she also yearned for independence and adventure. She turned to look at her unconscious brother who was laying on the ground. Despite being smaller and weaker than her, he had made an effort to save her life. He had put his life in danger to save hers.